Back at the range, National Shooting Sports Month, August 2025, and I've gone back to the safe to pull out another firearm that I have not shot in a long time. This is an HK USP, but it's not just any HK USP. It's a double action only 40 Smith & Wesson HK USP. Horrifying gun. Probably one of the worst triggers ever. And this specific gun is one that I was issued back when I was still a full-time police officer up in Northern Virginia. And I was able to purchase the gun and keep it when I left the department. But man, it's a handful. It's a large gun. I was really excited when the USP came out, and I had one of the variant 7, I think they called it, USP 45s, which I thought was a really cool gun at the time. I remember this is the 1990s. Still thought 45 was cool, viable as an option. Definitely enamored with the 40 Smith & Wesson. And I bought retail, paid cash, the whole thing for the USP 45 with the variant that had the decocker, or you could carry it single action with the safety on, or decocked in double action mode. This is the double action only mode that was, unfortunately issued again to me by a law enforcement agency. I'm not a fan of this pistol. It's shootable, sure. But it really is an incredibly long, spongy, and very, very heavy trigger pull for defensive or law enforcement duty use. One of the other relics from that era, this is the law enforcement only, military law enforcement only restricted 12-round magazine back in the day. But let's go for it, right? It's got the kind of classic law enforcement night sights, the tritium sights with the white outline around them. Just a big, heavy gun. Can't believe I even liked the 45. I ended up trading 45 for 2 really nice steel dive tanks. Actually, I think Barrett Kendrick has those dive tanks now. I'm not sure, but nobody's got the USP. I keep this one just because it's, got that tie to my law enforcement, short law enforcement career. Oh man, that first shot, not bad because I had racked the slide, right? Now I'm going into the pure double action mode. What you realize is there is a lot of weight here that needs to be taken up. One of the things that people tout is the quote-unquote double strike capacity with the gun. Normally when you rack the slide, you end up in like a single action mode. With these guns, you do not. You do end up with taking some of the weight off of the system when you rack these guns. The double strike capacity of a double action or double action single is you pull the trigger, and that's probably about 8 pounds of spongy pull. Now the hammer has gone down, it's released all of the stored energy that you would get from racking a slide, even in double action only. And now I've got the weight starts here and it just keeps growing. And this is probably legitimately like a 12, 14, maybe ridiculous pull all the way at the back on that quote unquote double strike capacity. But it is theoretically a follow-up if you were to get a light strike, which would be incredibly unlikely with modern ammunition. But it's not quite as bad, but man, it really is accurate. I'll give it that. I've got pretty darn good group going, and I'm shooting out. I mean, the gun's a shooter, but you got to work for it. And obviously I was able to pass the qual tests. This was, if anybody's ever heard me tell stories about how I was not really a fan, never have been a fan of like the lowest common denominator qual test, this would be one of the guns that on patrol day, I'd shoot the fastest 83% or whatever, it had to be 80% or better. Shoot the fastest 83% I could. And then on SWAT day, we had to get a 95, I think it was. So of course, I'd slow down. Same gun, same qual course, had to score higher. And then I'd get an, the training sergeant would be annoyed with me. He's like, you're ruining the training average. And I'm like, you know what? I don't really want to be standing at 3 o'clock in the morning next to the guy who's using all his time on a qual course, right? I want to be standing next to the guy who's going to put a whole bunch of bullets into the bad guy's chest if and when we need to, even with this big, heavy, double action only relic from the 90s, the HK USP 40. Take something out of your safe. Take a friend to the range. National Shooting Sports Month.